Good day, everyone. In this presentation, I will demonstrate a mini system integration. So the name of the project is Core Student List that shows how data flows from one subsystem to another and is presented to the user. So the goal of this laboratory is to understand how integration works between different components of a system, specifically how data is shared, structured, and consumed. So our project simulates a student information system. So where student data is created in one subsystem and then displayed in another. So this demonstrates data integration using simple and practical tools such as Python, JSON, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So the components of the system is composed of three components. So first is subsystem A. So which is the data provider, and this is implemented using Python. So this is the subsystem A. It creates a student records and exports them into a JSON file. So this is the JSON file of the subsystem A Python. So that the second is the data file, which is the student JSON. So this is the data file. So this file acts as a bridge between the two subsystems. It stores structured data that can be read by other systems. So third system B. So this is this subsystem B. So which is the consumer or presentation layer. This is built using HTML. So this is the subsystem B. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and its job is to read student data and display it in a user-friendly interface. So we go forward to identifying subsystem A and B. So subsystem A is the Python. So this is program named data provider dot py. So its role is to generate and manage student data. So in this subsystem, we define a list of students with an ID number, name, and course. So if you then export them into a JSON file, so subsystem B is the web-based interface composed of index.html style CSS code, and its role to consume the data and present it visually to the user. So these roles index HTML, style CSS, and the data provider and JSON. So these roles are justified because subsystem A focuses on data creation, while subsystem B focuses on data presentation, a clear separation of responsibilities. So we go forward to integration model use. So the integration model use in this project is data integration. When we say data integration is used because both subsystems communicate through a shared data format, which is JSON. So this S. So JSON is lightweight, human readable, and supported by many programming languages, so that it's making it deal for integration. So instead of directly calling function or sharing interfaces, so the system exchange information through a common data file, so which reflects how many real world systems integrate today. So that we demonstrate of the system. So this is the subsystem a data provider or Python. So let us now demonstrate how the system works. So in data provider that py, we define list of students. So this is the list of the student. So each student have a ID number, ID number, name, name and course. So that the Python programs uses the JSON module to export this list into a file called student.json. So this is the file student.json. So that When the program runs, it creates or updates the JSON file automatically. So this simulates a back-end system generating data for other application to use. So that students that JSON, or this is the shared data format. So the students JSON file contains all the students record in a structured format. So each record follows the same structured ID, name, and course. So this consistency is very important because it allows other system to read and understand the data without confusion. So we go forward to subsystem B. So the presentation layer is the HTML, CSS, and CSS. So which is the student viewer. So this is student viewer. So the index, this is. So the index HTML file defines the structure of the web page. It includes a container card and an empty list where student data will be displayed, so that each student is shown with a format ID number, name, and course. So the style CSS file improves the appearance of the system by adding colors, layout, spacing, and hover effects. So this makes the data easier to read and more visually appealing, which is important for user experience. So we go forward to during the integration process, there are several potential pain points. So one challenge is data format mismatch. So if the JSON is structured, is if the JSON is structure changes, so subsystem B may fail to display the data correctly. So in another issue is structural differences. So such as missing fields or inconsistent ID format. So there may also be a need for data transformations like similar to ETL. So ETL processes. So where data is cleaned, formatted, or adjusted before being used. So these challenges show why clear data standards and validation are important in system integration. So in a world application, so this experience reflects a real world integration scenarios like in schools, like enrollment systems, integrate with grading systems and student portals. So in finance, so the transaction system integrate with reporting and auditing software. And also in the HR, the employee database integrate with payroll and attendance systems. Just like in this project, the data is often created in one system and consumed by another using standardized formats such as JSON or XML. So for this for this index HTML, the conclusion is in conclusion, this laboratory demonstrates how data integration works using simple tools. So, by separating data creation and data presentation into two subsystems, we were able to simulate real-world system integration. So, this project highlights the importance of data consistency, integration, models, and proper system design. And that's all. Thank you for watching.